Hello everybody, today we are going to be doing a 250-mile round trip in my 4.7 Granturismo S with my littlest pickle to try and answer two questions. Number one, what is the real world miles per gallon you get out of these 4.7 Granturismos? Is what it says on the trip computer correct? And number two, what is it like taking your toddler by yourself for a 6-hour round trip in a car without your other half on hand for support? Is it going to be a nightmare? Well, there's only one way to find out. My name's Ben. Welcome to DadCars. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So today we are going to Caffine Machine for the AutoAlex Xmas Meet. And the original plan for this video was to take this, which I've currently got on press loan, to see what range anxiety is like with a toddler. However, I can't take this, and that's a video for another day. So instead, poor me has got to take my new to me Granturismo S. But first up, I need to get a child seat in the back. I need to go and fill this tank up, reset the trip computer, then pick up my 2-year-old from preschool. Oh, hallelujah. How long was that? 13 minutes. It's just because it's quite tight here. Oh God, a lot of Italian cars are the same. All right, yeah, put the leg down. Oh, geez. Right, so let's go top up the tank with premium unleaded, reset the trip computer so that we can find out just how accurate, how truthful Maserati were on this onboard computer with the miles per gallon figures. And then we're going to go and pick up the littlest pickle from preschool, and we're going to head up to Caffine Machine. Am I going to do it? Am I going to do it? Of course I am. Did you have a good time at preschool? Yeah? Did you have fun? Yeah. And you made some arts and crafts, did you, for Daddy? There we go, all right. Look, and I got hippo. Wow, did you make Daddy this Christmas card? Yeah. With all the glitter, and the glue's still wet, and there's glitter going all over Daddy's car, which is really fun, isn't it? Yeah. We're going to see AutoAlex, yeah? Would that be fun? Right, be honest, let me know in the comments below, when you get all of this sort of stuff from preschool, how much of it do you keep, percentage-wise? I think because we've got 4 children, my wife is brutal. I'm the one who's like, oh no, that's nice, let's pop it in a box. Wow, you've got lots of space back there. Look, this is mad. Still good level of leg room in the front there. And then look, in the back, loads of leg room. This seat is massive as well. So yeah, that's why these Granturismos, well, all Maseratis are so special, really.
Dad, my lunchbox.
Would you like to have a little snack? Yeah. There we go, crisps that dissolve. The perfect snack when you're driving solo with a toddler. There we go. Snack tax. Snack tax, thank you. Right, so the sat nav is saying, with congestion, obviously, it's going to be about 2.5 hours. But the aim of this video is to see, what this is like on a run, how fuel efficient it can be. And look, it's the time of year where it's really greasy and snotty out there. It's quite cold as well. So, obviously it makes sense having a little one in the back to leave it in non-sport mode, which means the throttle response isn't quite as sharp, and it will sort of put it into a higher gear really quickly. So yeah, I mean, I would be driving up there in these conditions quite sort of softly and safely anyway, because of having a little one in the back. And I tell you, it's when you're just in this sort of stop-start creeping traffic that this Granturismo really is a much easier thing to live with as a daily dad car than my previous Maserati, which, as subscribers know, was the Maserati Grand Sport, which had the Cambrio Corsa robotised manual, which I loved that gearbox. After 8 months, I genuinely loved it and missed that car. And I wouldn't be surprised if I had a Grand Sport again one day, when I've got multiple cars and more space and this channel's bigger, because I love that car so much. But the weakness of it was when you're just using it on the school run. And oh, that reminds me, because we have just technically used this on the school run, that means that I can put a school run ring sticker now on the back of this car. You cannot put one of those on your car just to look cool unless you've used that car on the school run, yeah? Those are the rules, don't be that guy. So with that little 4 miles of city driving in 20-mile-an-hour zones, the average miles per hour I was doing was 10, and the average MPG was just over 10 as well. But when we get to Caffine Machine, I expect those numbers to be far higher, obviously, because I'm now going to try and just sit at 60 miles an hour all the way there. So, oh, by the way, like, I've just dawned on me that this is all OEM. So there's no way that I can connect my phone to this and then put on the songs that she wants to listen to. So this could get tricky. I might have to just sing them instead. But I really need to get an aftermarket infotainment system that's got Apple CarPlay. Please drop in the comments below what you think the best solutions are. If I can keep it looking OEM, that's what I want really. 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and he bumped his head. Right, so it looks like she's fallen asleep. That's handy. Right, update on the miles per gallon situation. So averaging 29 miles per hour now. It'll take a little while to obviously soak up those city miles. And it's saying 21.4 miles per gallon, which, I mean, that's fantastic. I mean, I think the best I ever got in my Aston Martin DB9, obviously with the 6-litre V12, I think the most I ever got was like 22.2 or something like that. But the crazy thing is that my Grand Sport, which has got this same engine but the 4.2 version, and that car is significantly lighter than this as well. On a run, the most I ever calculated was like 16 point something, maybe 17, an absolute push. So yeah, I mean, this will be marvelous. If I can get like well into the 20s, I'll be very happy. Want to get a few cars ahead of that truck, I think. Jesus. I never like having a massive truck behind me when you're on a run. I always try to then just get in front of at least one car in front of that truck. Just obviously, if the worst was ever to happen. I know a lot of subscribers are Maserati Granturismo owners as well. So if you fancy, drop in a comment below, let us know what miles per gallon you get in yours on a run, if you've ever calculated it actually at the pump as well. You know, pop it below, because it'll be really interesting at the end of this video when we do the final comparison. I mean, at the moment it's showing 24.8 miles per gallon there, which is, wow, I'm so impressed. So when you're sitting at 66 miles an hour, you're at 2,000 RPM, and it sounds like the engine's off. Honestly, this is such a wonderful GT car, isn't it? When you've got it in just non-sport mode as well, the throttle response is so sort of progressive. So if the weather conditions are rubbish and you've got your family in the car, non-sport mode is actually really handy. Obviously, all the other time that I've been driving this around, I've been driving it in sport. It's quite nice to get that little snappy bit of acceleration which spins the rear wheels just a little tad. You know, it's more fun, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, going into the winter, carrying young ones on in the car, this drive mode is really pleasant and a nice thing to have to just waft around. Right, sweetie, we are nearly there. All right, let's put it into sport for the first time today, and then put it into manual as well, just cuz. All right, sweetie, we are here, Caffine Machine, the hill. You've not been here before, have you?
It's a little bit muddy.
Yeah, that's okay.
They're all in the teepee.
Okay, sweet.
All right,
Nice one. Cheers, man. Oh, look, there's Rory's Vantage, which we're going to take a look at. Look, can you see the doggy? We'll go and see him in a minute. And there's a Rapide here. Oh, I wonder if that's a dad car. It looks like it might be. Right, let's just leave it here, shall we? Right, so we are joined here with the lovely Taylor Heverington.
I don't know about lovely.
Oh, yeah, you definitely are lovely, Taylor. And come on, talk to us about
My new
this.
purchase. So this is my E60 M5 5-litre V10, 507 brake horsepower, and I absolutely love it. I've had it for a month so far. It does 12 miles to the gallon on average.
Yeah, that's when you're driving it.
When
right?
I'm driving it, yeah.
I reckon if I was driving it with a little pickle on board, I reckon I could get like what?
You get 20 odds, yeah.
You don't know what I've bought as my
would
latest
like to have a
dad car,
look.
do you?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is a legendary dad car, and can I review this on my channel?
I was just about to say, you need to drive this car.
Okay, yeah, we'll get
You
that.
need to drive this car.
We will get that booked in. Yeah, I had £10,000. I tried to buy your E39 540i, didn't I?
Yes, you did, and I was a little bit totes emosh, so I didn't end up selling it. Before we go to that, do you know how much I paid for that?
You know what, I was going to ask you how much that, but I didn't know if this is going on YouTube. by the
How
way.
much do you think I paid for it? It's done 100k, it's got
Yes.
full BMW, well, some BMW service history, full normal service history. It's had the rod bearings done, it's had throttle actuators done, it's had idle control valves done, it's got 4 brand new Michelins on it.
I mean, even in this market, I would say that's a 15 grand car, isn't it?
Yeah, so I paid 12.
That's amazing.
It's not
I think that's
bad.
an incredible deal. It's the reputation for them to be a little bit blowy-uppy and a bit maintenance heavy and basically bankrupt.
Yes, that is
people.
the big worry with it. And I do still worry that one day it may explode. But I feel like I'm in a position now where I have loads of people around me to advise me and help me on the best way to fix it if it does.
Yes.
So it's given me a bit more courage to actually go out and buy one.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I don't blame you. Honestly, I wanted to get a V10 dad car for 10 grand because I would have
Yeah.
thought that would have been such a cool series. I tried my best. I did try to buy a C6 RS6 and I was looking at those, but the ones that you could get for 10 grand aren't really 10
They're
grand
not good,
cars, are
yeah,
they?
no, they're-
They need 4 grand spent on them immediately as well.
exactly, yeah. I'm going to assume that this is yours.
Yes.
Because it is the bravest car in the car park, let's say. This
This is my Dadarati.
is really nice. I love the Dadarati. That is so good. That is so good.
It's good, isn't it?
Colour, yes. Interior, yes. Again, a bit of a brave car because these are quite known for gearbox issues, aren't they? Or is
Right.
that the earlier one?
So this has got the 6-speed ZF.
Oh wow.
so-
okay.
So this is basically the sensible Gran Turismo. This is the gentleman spec gentleman Gran Turismo. This is a 4.7 S though, which is important for me.
yes.
I wanted it to be the 4.7. It's the 4.2. I think in a car this heavy. I had a Grand Sport before, which is a lighter car, which,
Yeah.
you know. This gearbox, you don't have those problems. With the MC shift, which, if I'm being honest, is the one that I'd want.
Yeah.
Robotised manual MC shift. But you've got to change the clutch on those as well. So it's
Yeah.
like 4.5 grand every now and then.
Similar to the gearbox on the M5, that's an SMG, so it's an automated manual. They do play up, you have to put motors in them and clutches in them and stuff like that. The ZF is a much more sensible option. I just think they're so cool.
I think the thing as well though is I've got a really good friend who is a Ferrari Maserati tech and he owns his
Yeah.
own garage at Exotic and Supercar, and he's a really good friend. So it's kind of like because I know him, what he doesn't know about these Maseratis isn't worth knowing. So having him on my side, that kind of gives you a bit more
It
confidence.
gives you the
doesn't it?
courage to buy it, yeah.
Yeah,
Which
and
is what you
I
want.
think that might be the thing as well, where because I know obviously yourself, you guys, you get a lot of BMWs, don't you? But
Yes.
once you build up that experience and you build up like the knowledge of how to fix them yourself,
Yeah.
or people who can do it, that definitely helps,
Yeah.
doesn't it? So
no, this is really, really nice, Ben. I like it a lot. I can only begin to imagine that it sounds amazing.
it does sound amazing. Yes.
Because it's a Maserati, and dare I say it, a little bit classier than a Ferrari.
Well, look, this is obviously the reason why I love Maserati so much, is because like look at the rear seats. Like
Yeah.
you compare that to a 911. You know,
That
you've
is
got,
spacious, yeah, I will give you that.
like, you know, full-grown adults can sit in the back of them.
Yeah.
And also they are affordable as well.
Yeah,
you
so
know?
if you don't mind me asking,
Yeah.
what was the price?
Okay, so I paid for this, I paid £10,500, but the reason I got it for that, because normally with the S's, the 4.7 S's, you're looking at like high teens,
Yeah.
but it's because this has had an accident earlier this year.
Okay,
But it was only something very minor.
so is
and
this
it's been-
categorised?
It's a categorised car, yes.
And it's a cat.
It's a Cat S,
Okay,
but it's I bought it off of another YouTuber who's documented the whole story of it,
Well, there
and
we
it was
go.
something really small.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it was one of those silly things. It only cost 500 quid to fix.
yeah. Okay,
So-
well then there you go, brilliant. If
Yeah.
you can buy a car that's categorised within an accident, if you trust someone, you get photos and a history of how it's been repaired and what parts it's been repaired with, I don't see a problem in buying it.
That was it. Basically, my challenge was to get the most exciting dad car for £10,000.
I think you've
And-
achieved that.
Yeah, I'm a massive Italian
Yeah.
sort of lover. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I wish I wasn't. But this is
I
very
am
expensive.
too. I just sort of fell into a really deep, endless hole of BMWs.
Yeah, but you do buy the coolest BMWs. Though.
I do like rarity, and I do like the unusual and cool spec BMWs. So but I love Italian cars, and I actually started off loving Italian cars because my first car was a Fiat. I always used to go to Auto Italia.
Yeah.
My dream car was a Fiat Coupe 20 valve turbo, which
Okay.
I have owned and I loved. And I've always appreciated Italian cars. So this gets a massive, massive thumbs up from me.
Yes. No, that's awesome. And when the time eventually comes for me to buy an M5, I want an E39 M5 one day.
Yeah.
When I'm start trading back up again, when this channel grows.
Yeah.
But I'll have you on speed dial to put the
find
feelers
one.
out and
Yeah,
see if
yeah.
you can find one for
We'll get
me.
the old fingers on the old dialer phone and we'll get one on the other end of it and we'll be like, yeah, I'll have that.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Thanks, Taylor. And we will arrange a date to do your E60 as well, yeah?
To be honest, I think you need to come over in this for a day and I think we should swap.
I'm up for that.
Because I'd like to try this and I'd like to see you try that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah?
Got a deal?
Cool, let's do it.
Nice one. Thanks, Taylor.
Thank you, Ben.
The littlest petrolhead Pickle and I had a wonderful time at the AutoAlex Car Meet. It was wonderful catching up with everybody and seeing so many petrolhead parents there during the day with their young children as well, making memories, passing the passion on to the next generation. And it made me think, next year in 2025, I would love to do a DadCars Meet. You know, encourage people to come with their children in their exciting dad cars, with their other halves as well, make it a family occasion. And although some incredible cars and people started turning up for the evening slot, I needed to get the littlest pickle back. But this build by Money Pit Matt made me think maybe I should do an episode converting the Vito into a fun playhouse that I could take to events. What do you think?
Well, that was fun, wasn't it, sweetie? Right, so we drive home now. Yeah, and it's so horrible and cold and wet that it's just as well we're going to be driving home nice and slowly to get the most miles per gallon, isn't it?
You know, I bought this one on the same day you bought this one.
Oh, did you? Oh, you've got the other one?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they're wonderful cars, aren't they?
Same day, same price.
Ah, so that was the owner of the 4.2 that was here, and he said he bought that 4.2 for exactly the same price on collecting cars the same day that I bought this. I mean, what's the chances of that? Oh, look, it's all kicking off now. All sorts of stuff turning up. Oh, lovely RX-7. See, I haven't even seen half of these things. They're all turned up for the evening one. I've just got to get a little one home. Nice Project 8, that, isn't it? That's Tom's, isn't it? Yeah. It's really hard filming at a meet like that when you're looking after a toddler by yourself. I managed to get a very kind volunteer, and I'm sorry, I've forgotten his name already, to film the section I did with Taylor, but the rest of it was just insane. But I spoke to Tom Lemful, who turned up in his incredible Project 8, and he said that he's up for looking at our L405 Range Rover and seeing if he could go through and figure out what all of those problems were that we had with it on our Scotland trip. And also there's a few other issues I've had with the Range Rover. So hopefully I'm going to book that in and go and take it to Tom Lemful soon. I also spoke to Benedict Fowler, the Road to Success podcast host. And yeah, he's a really nice guy. I kind of hope at some point I'd love to get on that podcast. Also had a quick chat with Rory as well about his N400 Aston Martin Vantage purchase, which he is loving, and I'm very glad to hear that. Also had a lovely catch up with Alex as well, who was there with his daughter and his wife Rianne as well. Got to hear how they're getting on with a 3-month-old. What? And I also had a catch up with the wonderfully talented Dan, DJJW Art, who did our latest special DadCars t-shirt, the one which is Say No to Crossovers, and a celebration for anybody who, like me, refuses to conform and get a boring crossover. And thank you to everybody who has already bought one of those t-shirts. Honestly, I'm blown away. When I see the orders come in, it's just amazing to me. I can't tell you how much it means to me every single time one of you guys who subscribe to this channel buys something from the DadCars Shop. Like, honestly, it does mean the world to me, and I just love seeing posts on social media, on Instagram and things as well, of people putting the stickers on their cars. And honestly, make sure you do it and tag me, because I'd love to share that on my stories. And I've just realised we've got a problem. My phone is about to run out of battery because I was using it to do loads of filming as well. I'll be honest, I'll need it for navigation to get back. I'll probably end up taking a wrong turn if I don't have the sat-nav. But the USB socket in the glove compartment, that doesn't charge up my phone. So I'm going to need to stop at a petrol station and get one of the little cigarette lighter ones, I think. Yeah, we've got one. Let's see if this works. And yes, we got power. You have been an absolute superstar, by the way. Daddy is very proud of you. Everybody kept saying just how well behaved you are. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
See lots of cool cars? Yeah. Lots of people liked our car, didn't they? Lots of people being very kind about it. Lots of people have seen the video, which is nice. Mummy called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Oh, right. Don't pass. What seems to be the problem? Well, whilst we are stationary here, and to park, this is where we're at the moment. 26.2 miles per gallon, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, if it's anywhere close to that when we actually calculate it at the end of this video, I'll be very impressed. So place your bets. Were we very lucky to be just behind this traffic officer? There's two cars in front of us. Did this save us from a potential incident, or were we very unlucky that we weren't just in front of him? So is it something that we could easily have navigated past without too much risk? Place your bets now. So it was just a broken down vehicle that is just peeking over from the hard shoulder. But those traffic officers do an incredibly important job. They really do. It's so dangerous, that job. Right, so we've just got back. The littlest pickle, bless her, fast asleep. She's been amazing today. And according to the trip computer, 240.6 miles. Oh no, look, it's just dropped down to 26.8 because obviously I'm just sat on the driveway with it idling. But it was showing 27.1. What I'm going to do, first thing tomorrow, I'm going to take it to the petrol station, fill up, and then see what it actually is. Papa, bless her, that is the first time she's cried all day. She's just woken up. Oh, bless her, she's been so good. Honestly, it's been amazing.
So the next day, I topped up the tank with some more delicious super unleaded for a total of 43.76 litres. But now comes the moment of truth. How accurate are the trip computers on these Maseratis? Is it really possible that this can get high 20s?
Right then, moment of truth. So in this video, we set out to answer two questions, didn't we? In the real world, is it actually possible to get high 20s, really, in a fire-breathing 4.7 Granturismo S? And two, is it a nightmare taking a toddler by yourself, someone in their terrible twos, on a little bit of a road trip? I mean, we did over 5.5 hours in this car. You know, what's it like? You know, should you do that or should you not? Because it's a bit of a nightmare. But I'll tell you the miles per gallon first, because that's probably what you want to hear the most. So I calculated it, 242 miles. The dash was telling me 26.2 miles per gallon. But at the pumps with the calculation, 43.76 litres of fuel, that came out at 25.14 miles per gallon, which is incredible considering I hit a lot of congestion. And when I finished the run back here to get to the petrol station, I got stuck at quite a few lights. I left the car idling. So the trip computer is pretty much there. I mean, it's like 1 miles per gallon difference to when I calculated it. So yeah, I do think on a run, if you actually pulled up at a petrol station that was on a motorway and then drove at 57, 60 miles an hour down the road to another petrol station, so it was a complete run like that, I reckon you could get 28, 29 miles per gallon. Really get that sort of miles per gallon out of this, which is incredible when you consider that my Grand Sport, which I traded down from to this, which was my daily Dadarati, this basically does 10 miles per gallon better than that Grand Sport. But that Grand Sport was amazing though, just it was so ferocious the way it was set up. It was such a fun thing to drive. And is it a nightmare taking a toddler by yourself on a little bit of a mini road trip? No, it's amazing. I mean, I knew that anyway, because since starting the channel, I mean, at the start, I only had one child who was in proper school. So I would just alternate with the others when I'd go off and do filming days and things, and they just get used to being in the car. Maybe if they've not done it before, the first couple of times, they might get a bit upset, but children just acclimatise. So if they just get used to, oh yes, there's a fun thing I do with Dad, then they'll just get used to it and you can have a lot of fun. And look, if nothing else you get from this video, book a day off. Book a day off midweek. If your child's not in school yet and you can just take them out of preschool and just take them off for the day, go to Peppa Pig World, go to Legoland and just spend the day, particularly if you've got a cool car as well, because I bet you will remember that forever. And just take some videos of it yourself just so you know you can look back on it in the future. A final thing I wanted to say is a massive thank you to Chris Hill, who runs the AutoAlex merch, because he helped me get all of my merch off the ground. And I'm really proud to say that DadCars merch is actually part of the extended family of AutoAlex merch. So if you order any of my merch, the t-shirts, the stickers, they actually get dispatched and sent out from AutoAlex HQ. So a huge thank you to that whole AutoAlex team who've been helping me out so much behind the scenes. If you've got a Dadarati, come on. You've got to get one of these and stick it on the car. And for everybody else, the school run ring stickers are good fun, aren't they? Come on. And these sticker sheets are only £5. Like, these are high quality vinyl stickers that are designed so that they can go on cars externally. So yeah, please check it out and get yourself a DadCars sticker as well. I love the fact that there's so many people around the world that have got these on cool cars. Having this on your car, it tells everybody, look, this isn't just a cool car, this is a dad car, which I personally think makes it a lot cooler. I can't wait to get hold of my Say No to Crossovers t-shirt. I think I'm going to be getting them this week. And if you'd like to see a little bit more Maserati content, there is this video here where I compare my Maserati Grand Sport and a Granturismo S back to back. It's a fascinating video. If you've not seen that one, check it out. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys.